In this Photoshop tutorial, I'm going to show you how easy it is to create a social media button. Let's begin. First, let's click on File. We'll click on New. I have a width of 800 pixels, a height of 800 pixels, a resolution of 72. I want my background to be transparent. Click OK. I'm going to click on the new layer icon for a new layer. Go to my Ellipse Tool. If you can't find it, just click on one of these shapes here, and it's hiding behind one of those shapes. You see that is actually you can use it for your rectangle tool, your rounded rectangular tool, your ellipse tool, polygon tool, line tool, and custom shape tool. But we want the ellipse tool, so we click there, make sure it's on shape, make sure it's on fill. Starting in the upper left hand corner, press on shift and drag out your ellipse. Because you're holding shift, it makes a perfect circle. Now what we want to do is we want to center this by, we're going to go ahead and click on our move tool, go to select and click on all. If we want to shortcut keys, we could just press V for the move tool and Control A for all. Now what we're going to do is click on these center alignment buttons. This will align our circle perfectly. Go up to select and press deselect or Control D. Now we want to give this a little bit of some special effects to make it look 3D. We're going to click in our ellipse. That brings up our blending options. First thing I want to do is give it a gradient. I already have my gradient chosen. It's actually two buttons you'll see here. This one here is the color on it is 435 F9E. This one here, I'm not sure the color. Let's check. That's ADB 8D6. Now notice I had this on the style of my gradient. It's radial, not linear, but radial. In Photoshop, you can actually do several different types of styles. You can do linear, radial, angle, reflected, and diamond. This one in particular is radial. Make sure your reverse is checked, align with layers is checked. That's good for our gradient. Let's go ahead and go to, I want to show you this, a scale. You could change this if you want. See how that changes the gradient inside the circle. I'm going to move this back to 100. Now I'm going to give this an inner glow. A blend mode will be normal. A background color will be black. And the size is going to be 51. We give this an outer glow. Once again, its blend mode is normal, background color is black, and the size this time is 29. Let's give this some bevel and emboss. I want an inner bevel with the size to be about 7. I want my highlight to be black. I want to make sure global light here is not check marked. I want the angle to be -90, and that does it for our special effects. Just click OK. Next, I'm going to create another new layer. Go back to my ellipse tool. Once again, make sure it's on shape, make sure it's white. Just draw out an ellipse. And now I'm going to use my transform tool. Actually, let me go ahead and move this kind of more in the center. Makes it easier to do. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use my transform tool by pressing Control T. And I want to get this as close as I can to the top without breaching. I'm going to drag this one down to a little bit past midway. And I want these to be close to the edge, but making sure we leave a little bit of a rim. Now we could go ahead and press either our enter button, or we could just click this check mark right here. Now I want to give this layer a layer mask. I'm going to press on the layer mask icon. Make sure your white is your foreground color. Select gradient. Make sure your gradient here should be okay. Well, it should be black and white, but since it's not, I'm going to click on reverse. We go down from here. You shift all the way down. I'm going to do it once again. This time from the top to mid, just past the midway point, and then I'm going to lower the opacity to about 40%. I know some people do 60%, but I like 40% better. There, that's where I like it. We create another new layer. This will be for our text, and what we're going to do is we're going to just do the F for Facebook. This is the F Facebook color, right? Once again, 435 F9E. We're going to use a font size of about 72. Font type will be a Mirror Pro Bold. And you'll notice the font size doesn't really matter though, because we're going to increase that size. We're going to just click on F, and you'll notice that's pretty small. So what we're going to do is use our transform tool by pressing the control button and the T for transform at the same time, holding Shift and Alt, and drag it out. We can move this around a little bit if we want. And then we're going to press Enter or click on our check mark. Now, the next thing I want to do here is I want to go ahead and give this, well, before I do anything else, I want to go ahead and rasterize this layer. So click on Rasterize Type. I want to give this a stroke outline of white. I want this to be, like I said, I want it to be white, so we're going to click here. And I want it to be on the outside, not the inside. Push the size a little bit. That looks good. Click OK. Now what I want to do is go ahead and you notice the F in Facebook many times is almost like straight right there. So what I want to do is bring a ruler guideline over here. Bring one down from here. And then I want to use my polygon lasso tool. Click here. Click here. Here. Doesn't really matter, just as long as we get all that, and then we'll delete. And then press Control D. And get rid of the rulers, we'll press Control H. There you have our button. And if you want, you can add another ellipse. Some people do, so let's go do that. And what I want to do is go ahead and move that inside this circle. We're going to use our Control T for transform tool. Try to move that more like this. Move this up here. We'll go with that for now. I'll just use my move tool. Might be easier to do it that way. You can lower the opacity a little bit. Looks good. Now, you probably don't want to use a social media button 800 by 800 pixels. So you just, since that's already highlighted, go all the way down to your bottom, holding Shift, click on the first layer. That highlights all the layers. Then press Control E. It makes it all one layer. Now we can resize the button. Go to Image, Image Size, and we want to make sure this link is made. See, without that, it just changes this top one. But when it's linked, when I change the width, it will automatically also change the height. So we're going to make that 100. Click OK. Then we'll just save it. This is like the third or fourth one I've done, so I'm going to just give it a funny name and number. Social media button. And we'll call it number 5. And just save. Now that's so you can go back if you want and make possible changes. You probably want to do that when it's 800 by 800, because once you do Control E, you'll notice that it's only one layer. You won't be able to go back in the history and go back. So that's up to you. And then you can just save this as a PNG, a JPEG, however you want to use it. And that ends this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one.